Welcome, family. So we are back to do May 2023. So as you can see down below, there is 5 different types of incense. So we do have protection, Agarwood, Lotus, Egyptian Musk, and Chandan. So for this one, I am changing the topics. We are mainly focusing on self-improvement, self-discovery, self-healing, self-care, and connecting with your higher self and your I am presence. Okay, so as we usually do, down in the description down below, there will be the timestamps for whatever incense that you do pick, so you can go ahead and go to your reading that you intuitively pick on. Okay, so take some time and let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so this is for all of those who did pick the protection incense. I am gonna go ahead and burn one, that way you do get the benefits of the protection incense. So for the protection incense, it is good for cleansing your space, banishes negative and unwanted energies. It allows there to be a higher spiritual vibration and energy. And also it lets the energies you're calling on or wanting to be present by, allowing there to be space for them. For the chakras, this is good for all chakras. Protection overall is always needed. And I feel like sometimes you can do too much protection, but sometimes you don't. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this on here. That way we have that burning throughout the whole reading. This will help manifest the benefits in my space and also in yours while we are doing the reading. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. That way you can see this is the reading for you. And also on the side I do have a candle going, so that those who we do call on, we are also giving them an offering. Okay, so I do want to take the time to whoever is viewing this right now who did pick the protection incense, that we do call on their spirit team, their ancestors, their guardians, their spirit guides, everybody who walks with them, and also your higher self and your I am presence. That way we are providing you with the most needed messages that you're currently needing right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the overall energy for May 2023. Oh, okay, that was pretty quick. So we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Okay, so if you have been having any type of money issues, or just like in general you feel like you haven't been prosperous, you haven't been obtaining what you are wanting or what you are desiring, I do see that in May of 2023 there will be a change in this. It will be new beginnings, new starts, but also there's going to be a lot of like letting go, endings happening in order for there to be new beginnings. So if there's people, places, situations, whatever it might be that you have to let go of, go ahead and let go of that. Also with Taurus, I do see like there are people who are like very determined. So if you have been lacking, if you have not been focused, you are being called to be a little bit more determined, be a little bit more structured with yourself, and just go head on when it comes to your goals. The time to think about it, to make a list, that is not the time right now. In May of 2023 you do need to take those necessary actions. Okay, alrighty. And also underneath the deck we do have a time to give another than take, new moon and Virgo. So again, more earth energy, Virgos are very, very detailed, very perfectionist. And again, the emphasis in the new moon. I would recommend to look into these two zodiac signs and see, like do some research. How are they, just like personality wise? You would get a lot of, maybe things might click for you. Maybe the way that they are, you're the complete opposite. So I would say to look into that. And also, if you are someone who maybe has abilities, you like to cast, you like to manifest, I would say to do some stuff during the new moon, because it does seems to be kind of like in your favor, just in your energy in general, because that seems to be the theme for the May 2023 for you. So I would take advantage of the next moon that is coming up whenever you do see this. Also, what I like to do in new moons is make a list of the things that I want to let go of, and I burn it. I could have something like this, and I go ahead and burn it, and then I make a list of what I want to bring forward, right? So if you kind of see, Virgo, is the colors here on this card, they're more green, and then this one, they're green and kind of like purple pinkish. So you might see some change in your money, but also maybe in love, or just like intuition wise, because if you do see this protection, it does have different colors, right? So again, pay attention to what needs to end and when, in order to have whatever you want to start or begin in your life, or like a manifest. Okay. And then we are going to see what needs to be released. This could be from the past month, from the past weeks, or just the past in general that needs to be released from your energy in the month of May. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have cover up. They are trying to cover up. They're cheating, lies. Okay. So, what you need to release in the month of May 2023 is people who have been wearing masks, people who have not been their most authentic self, because this could be that they have been doing more than lying to you, right? Because if they're lying, and they might be doing other things behind your back, right? They might be gossiping, they might be doing things and that is not of your highest good. Overall, somebody who's not being their authentic self, and they're hiding certain parts of themselves from you just to seem a certain way, cheating you. And this could be like romantically, this could be business wise, this could be like even friendship, relationship wise, where they're just making sure that you don't know the full truth of the situation just so they can win, and in a way you can lose. That is somebody who you obviously do not want to keep by your side. It seems like it could be somebody who is also like, it could be like a group of people, right? For some of you, I do see that, like sometimes the people that you keep around you says a lot about the type of person that you are, right? Because it kind of seems like people that have a certain type of personality, their friends or the people that they hang out with the most, are kind of alike. So if you're attracting people who wear masks, who hide themselves, it is also time to kind of reflect back on you to see, what have you been hiding about yourself? What have you been lying about yourself or to yourself, right? Why are you not being your most authentic self? Because that's a really big issue. When you're self-limiting yourself, that can be very harmful to your path, to your journey. For some of you, this could be a really big lesson, right? Sometimes it can be very scary. You feel like sometimes you have to be at certain standards in order to like fit in society, to fit in your family, to fit up like in a group of people, or even at work. You have to be a certain way just so that they like you. If you're doing any of that, that has to stop. Okay, you have to be your most authentic self, even if there's like parts of you that you're hiding. For example, like I see this a lot where, you know, people who practice magic, and there's so many different types of magic, right? But some who are very gifted and, like, for example, let's say dark arts or dark magic, and working with just dark entities in general, they kind of seem to hide that. They hide that from their family, from their friends, and they're kind of like closet witches, and they're just not out there like that, and they only like portray being a light worker and just doing healing and stuff like that. You know, that in itself, it's hiding, and you're hurting yourself, because why would you want to hide something that you're so talented in, or that it might have something to do with like your soul mission, right? Sometimes just by seeing somebody online and just seeing their work, it can be so beautiful and so inspiring to somebody, right? You might inspire somebody just by being you and not even know it. Or, you know, people are not always going to tell you that they feel inspired by you because they're shy, or maybe of like jealousy. A lot of times these people who wear masks, I wouldn't be surprised that they are jealous of certain aspects about you, especially those that you try to hide or those that you just kind of like hate. But when it comes to spiritual path and journey, it is important that you are embracing both your light and your dark self, and that you, both the light and the dark, are just dancing together, and just becoming one. That is the goal for everybody, to be in balance with the universe. But in order to be in balance with the universe, you first have to be balanced within yourself, right? So it always starts within yourself. So that seems like that is what needs to be released. Okay. Also, if like, for those who are in a relationship, if you get like little small hints that somebody's cheating on you, they're not being honest, they're just like those small things, or even you see messages and they're like, oh no, it's just a friend, or it's this and that, but you know the truth, follow your intuition. You know, like, if you're not comfortable, if you don't trust them anymore, if the feelings are not there anymore, why continue, right? Don't keep yourself in a situation where you want to see actual evidence, or you're waiting to see what happens, just to see what happens, just to prove yourself wrong, just to prove your fears in your mind wrong. But if in your heart you feel like this is not it for you anymore, it's not it for you anymore. You know, listen to your heart. Always listen to your heart, okay? And I do say that because underneath the deck we do have habitual cheating, more heartache in the future. Okay, so for some of you, it seems like relationship wise, it seems like there is some cheating, because it does say in that one and the one underneath. Okay, then we are going to move on to what is your main lesson or challenge that will be coming up in this month of May. So let's see what that might be for you. Oh, okay, so we have stuck energy alignment. So your body is requiring energy work to get back in alignment by balancing your chakras and clearing your auric field. You have stuck energy that can be caused by holding on to pain or having a resistance to let energy flow in. Get grounded and reconnect to your body once again. Okay, so again, right, like if you do know about the situation that you do no longer should be in it, but you're still in it, you're remaining stuck, right? For whatever reason, you're keeping yourself in that situation. For whatever reason, you are maintaining or just letting these people be in your life and your energy and your environment and your life. For what reason, right? You need to really weigh out your pros and cons, and then really take some time to be with yourself and try to listen to your heart to know truly and exactly what it is that you want. For example, if like this is relationship wise, you need to really think about the perfect partner, right? For example, like somebody who is loyal, somebody who is supportive, somebody who listens, somebody who gives just as they take, you know, like for there to be a balance, and whatever, you know, things that you want to add to your list. But it seems like there are some energies. So while being in sacred medicine ceremonies, I have learned that there's different ways to release these stuck energies. For example, you can do yoga. You can stretch your body, so stretch a lot more. You can do some sound healing. You can get some Reiki. You can get acupuncture. If it's more like body wise, like if it has gone into the point where these stuck energies are now manifesting in body pains and illnesses and diseases and skin conditions or whatever it might be, then I would recommend acupuncture. You know, just energetic work. What can help kind of like balance your ions and stuff like that, is walking on grass, is walking on earth barefooted, and just you know, do some visualizations, talk to Mother Earth. Ask that everything that is in your mind, body, and soul aura that does not belong, that is stuck, that it is released back onto her. And then once you feel like that has been done, do not forget to be thankful, that you appreciate that she can actually do this for you, that you can do this for yourself, without the help of others, or you know, whatever you want to say to Mother Earth. But it's very important to give thanks to these energies that are here to help us. Okay, so also I feel like a lot of us, well, a lot of us kind of keep ourselves stuck, because there's some self-illusions, there's some self-blockages that have been formed. For example, like you've been keeping yourself in a situation because you feel like that's, you know, how can there be something else better than this? Or this can be like relationship wise, or even like job wise, like you just at a job because, you know, it pays the bills, or probably is like it's good enough money, but you're just honestly not even happy there. The people, the energy, the place, overall, it just does you no good. It makes you feel not safe, not happy. You don't enjoy your time there. You're just waiting for the end of your shift to come as soon as possible type of situation. Find something else. You will be so surprised. Always when the universe, when you are aligned with the universe and you ask the universe to manifest these certain things for you, you will be surprised what is brought to you without any effort, right? All of a sudden somebody might come to you and be like, hey, so I work at this place and they're looking for new people, and you know, it's just like a simple conversation, but they don't know that you're wanting an out of your job. And it's like just there, you know, and you're like, oh, well, I've been looking for a job and I don't like my job. You know, it could be situations like that, but it's important that you're first releasing this from yourself, because how I said with this one, right, it all starts within. It all starts within. Once you release those unwanted energies that are not taking you to your higher self. They're not of your highest good. If you're not releasing them, it's only going to keep attracting things that are going to bring you pain, that are going to bring you sadness, that are going to bring you anger, just things that are not pleasant, okay? So I would say to try to get aligned with yourself, and let's see what else is coming up for you, okay? So next, we're going to see how to be your own medicine for this month to bring forward the necessary healing that you need, okay, for the month of May. Okay. Alrighty. So we have Sage Cleanse, Thunderbird Vision Trailblazer, and Two Spirit Diversity. Okay, so already from what I see here is that you need to, there is a lot of emphasis on cleansing. This could be like spiritual cleanses. This can be, you know, like detoxing your body from certain foods, from medicine, whatever it might be. But what I do see here is that you need to release a lot of these energies that are doing you no good. Also, if you do get like some type of energetic work from people, this could help you a lot, because you will be seeing those shifts within yourself, which will cause that ripple to change into your reality, okay? And also just being open to these things, right? Because some people, they tend to be close-minded. They're like, what? I never got like a spiritual cleanse. I never needed one, so I don't think I would need one right now. It, like, my back just hurts. But what if it's deeper, you know? Because a lot of times, how we're saying, these stuck energies do start to manifest in our body. Some people, they start to get sick. They start to get body problems just because it's a simple energy that is stuck within them. And once that is released, then they notice that those pain issues or discomforts start to go, or even sometimes even just completely disappear, okay? So it is important that you are actually focusing into what it is that makes you happy, what it is that makes you fulfilled, not allowing certain energies to come into your energy, into your environment, and into your life. It's time to take control when it comes to that. You know, don't stay to see if you were right or if you were wrong. Do not feed into negativity. Feed into what makes you happy. Things that you actually love. You know, and know that you are protected. I do see that some of you are intuitive. You are highly protected. But sometimes it takes going through these lessons and through these experiences to actually notice that, right? Because sometimes there's so many shadows just piled on top of somebody, and it's hard to even see their own light, right? And once they start to release those shadows, it creates space for things that are really meant for them, or they start to see things for what they truly are, because those shadows are no longer blocking their gifts, no longer blocking their abilities, no longer blocking their chakras, no longer blocking the truth, no longer blocking love, no longer blocking happiness, right? So I feel like right now you do have protection. It seems like there is, there's always a lot that walk with every single one of you, your ancestors, your spirit guides. Some of you have galactic families. We all have guardians, right? It's just like you just have to pay attention to them. You have to notice them. You have to call on them. They cannot do anything for you if you do not allow them to. And by allowing them, you must call on them. And then right now I just felt like my right ear kind of like clear. So I feel like as you start to clear these energies, some of you might start to notice your clear audience, or you might start to hear things like music, voices. But these are like your people, okay? These are just abilities that you will start to unravel and discover for yourself. But I do see that you're highly protected. But the only thing on how you can be your own medicine is by fully stepping into your own power and taking control of things. Do not let them go to the extent where things get bad, where you get spirit attachments, where all of a sudden like your body discomfort or whatever issue you have going on, it just gets to the extreme because you didn't do anything about it and you just let it get worse and worse and worse. Okay, so also, if these people that start leaving your life, if there's new people, you know, be open-minded. That's one of the main things that I do see here, is to be open-minded of what is to come. Be open-minded about yourself. Be open-minded about everybody else. You know, if you are judgmental about yourself, then you will be someone who judges others. So it's important that you do not try to judge yourself. That way you are practicing full self-acceptance, and that way it will be easier for you to accept others, right? Because we're all different. We all might have different type of mindsets. We all might have different types of gifts. We all have lived different type of situations. Some of us can relate, some of us cannot relate, right? Situation wise, but emotion wise, energy wise, we might. Okay, so that is how you can be your own medicine. Also be your biggest support system. Your support always starts with you. Love always starts with you. Healing always starts with you. Protection always starts with you, right? You just have to take those steps forward. And underneath the deck, we do have medicine rights accomplishments. So I do see that after May, at the end of May, or just when you're done with this whole situation, you are going to accomplish what you need. It seems like some of you might go to like sacred medicine ceremonies. You guys might have start to get more into like your spirituality, into the universe, or just calling on energies onto you, and using them to heal yourself. This is something that is very, very, very beautiful, because once you get this down and once you're able to heal yourself and, you know, just learn more about this, you can be learning this from somebody, or you might be self-teaching yourself this. It's beautiful because once you're done with this journey of self-healing, and these lessons that you might be going through right now, you will be able to help others. You will be able to give the necessary answers for questions that you probably have now or that you had. And then you will start to see people who had similar situations as you come to you. Or you might meet these type of people, and then you just start to see kind of like pieces of you and people that you used to be, and then you will be the person that people can count on to give them answers on how to improve their lives, or how they can get out of these situations. Okay, so it seems like you are a healer of some sort, even if you don't go fully through this journey of, you know, being a healer, an energetic healer, a medicine woman, man, person, a shaman, but it seems like you do have this in you, and you do have that protection for that, okay? Alrighty, so now we're gonna go to the self-care activities that you can do in May that will highly help you throughout your journey. So I do see that aromatherapy might be very helpful for you. If this is something new to you, I would say to probably look more into it. Aromatherapy is basically dealing with like oils, just different type of fragrances. Like different type of essential oils can make you feel a certain way. For example, lavender, it can calm you, it can help you sleep, it can help your intuition, it just can help the energies calm down and be more relaxed, and be more at ease, right? So I would say to kind of like go more into it to see if maybe there's a certain one that is calling you on more, that will help you right now more. Or you can just buy a bunch, do some research to see their benefits or how exactly they can assist you, and use them in the morning, apply them after your shower, apply them during the day when you feel a certain type of way, apply them before you go to sleep, on your pillows, on your clothes. If you have crystals, put some on your crystals with intention. Also, there's so many types of crystals that you can just like pair some of them, right? For example, like right now, I just got the idea of like an amethyst. Like if you have an amethyst and then you put some lavender oil on it and you go to sleep, this might help you with your dreams, it might help you with your intuition. Some of you might be able to get some downloads or get some very important messages while you go to sleep. Or if you're somebody who has a lot of nightmares, this can help ease that and help you get the much rest as you can from your actual sleep. If you're somebody who's always like very tired, low energy, try some orange incense oils, or like something that's very citrus. If you're somebody like, for example, you're a student, or you have like memory issues, or you just want to be more sharp in your job, you can get like some mint so you can wake up, so you can feel refreshed. You know, just different types of stuff like that. I would say to look more into. I feel like this will actually help you, like after you cleanse those energies, to kind of like help you control or stabilize, or just have a better, just be better with your emotions and the energies that may be flowing through you. Especially if you're somebody who is gifted, you can always start with like, you know, the nature stuff, and then move on to other higher things. And then once you do start to practice magic rituals and stuff like that, you can always incorporate that and always go back to your basics. Okay, you can do very, very simple spells, rituals, with just oils and crystals. You know, it's all about you, and how you want to work your things. Okay. I know we called on all of your team, but I want to call forward specifically right now your higher self and your I am presence, because I do want to tag along or pass along to you messages, important messages from your I am presence for May 2023. If you're not familiar with your I am presence, I will suggest to do some research on that, and I will highly suggest to call on them a lot more, especially when you need some guidance, just because that is who will give you the exact guidance messages and whatever it is that you need in your current journey, because though that is who knows you the best. Okay, they are above your higher self. Okay, so I call upon the viewers, I am presence, to please pass along any necessary messages for the viewer who is watching right now for May 2023, please. Okay. Alrighty, so we do have 26 empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. Okay, and then we have run 1, root chakra. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our senses of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies and as well in the physical world. Okay, and then we have passion, 34. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Okay, so alrighty, so from these 3 cards, I do see that some of you or all of you might be feeling disencouraged, feeling like giving up, like there's probably nothing better, or it just has been very difficult to obtain something better than your current situation and or past situations. You don't feel grounded. You don't feel passionate. You just don't feel like things have been going your way, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work. You might feel like you're almost out of fuel. Maybe some of you feel like you can't go anymore in your journey. You might be feeling stuck, disencouraged. Some of you might feel like you don't have the support system that you wish you had. But your I am presence wants you to know that you currently have everything that you need. Stop looking into the future. Look into what you have now. The fire that is within you, it never fully goes out. Your mind is just so full of negativity, distractions, things that are just holding you back from your dreams and your soul purpose. You're paying attention to the wrong things. You are somebody who's very strong. You are somebody who's very loving. You are somebody who's very determined. Use these qualities to keep you pushing. You have the necessary fuel to do this. But you have to live through your heart in the now. You have to trust that you are walking in the correct path and journey. You have not been derailed. Whatever you are going through are necessary lessons that you have been needing to go through. You are protected and have always been protected. Even if you have experienced negative situations, pain, fear, it's all trying to teach you something. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Do not drown in these emotions, as these emotions are not yours. As these emotions are only temporary. You came here to learn about them. You came here to feel them. Now you must continue to transmute and work on them. Work on these energies. Find the balance within yourself. And you will start to see those changes in your reality. If your life is chaotic, use these energies to your advantage. Work more with Mother Earth. She is everything that we need. She supplies us with everything that we need. Go outside and connect more with Mother Earth. Your body needs it. Your mind needs it. Your spirit needs it. Your soul needs it. It's time to come back to you. You have always been there. You just need to refocus exactly on what it is that you need to refocus. And pay everything else that's not of your highest good no mind. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to urgent messages from Spirit. So this is not just from your higher self or your I am presence. This is from your ancestors, your guardians, your spirit guides, your galactic families, and just from anybody in your spirit team who has some messages for May 2023. So I do ask them to step forward. I am not going to channel them this time. Okay. Alrighty, so what does your spirit team have to say to you? Ooh, okay. Okay, so we do have self-sabotage, okay? So when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's the inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Okay. Yes. So, kind of like how your I am presence was saying, a lot of these things. Oops, so sorry. A lot of these things that are currently happening in your life, they are kind of because you kind of created them. Sometimes we make the wrong mistake in relationships and friendships, and it takes us to a journey of learning. It takes us in a journey of lessons, right? For example, like if you're somebody who needs to get rid of certain people, you need to go ahead and do that, right? And not allow the same type of people with those same type of energies back into your life. So once you get rid of it, do not allow it back. It doesn't matter in what shape or form it manifests back in your life. Sometimes after you do complete certain lessons, they do tend to kind of like test you to see if you were actually able to overcome the lesson, learn, and after you learn it, it's will they apply what they learn in that lesson. Okay, so it's very important to use your intuition. It's very important that if you feel confused, you do call on your higher self or your I am presence. That way you are being guided exactly how you need to be. But do know that even if you think you made a mistake, it's actually not a mistake. It's just like different choices might take you here, might take you here, might take you there. Wherever you go is exactly wherever it is that you need to go, because it will always, the end, there's like certain like destined events in your life. So let's see, like for example, like you're meant to get a cat, right? And then, but that's years from now. You get a dog, or you get rid of that dog. You start to foster certain animals, and then once you start to foster, you find this cat and you fall in love with that cat. But you were never a cat person, you were always a dog person. And after fostering this cat, you just fall in love. So now a cat enters your life and it completely changes you. It's just like, this is a very simple situation that I can think of right now. So that you can try to understand how mistakes are really not mistakes. There's just different journeys with certain like pinpoints or just certain like checkpoints that will always be there. Because they're destined situations, destined people, destined events. But everything other else, you have free will, okay? And because you do have free will, then you are able to self-sabotage and take yourself in many different types of journeys, okay? Alrighty, and we are coming to the end, and we are going to do some fortune cookies. So I am gonna go ahead and pick a random fortune cookie from a bag. I have a lot of fortune cookies in this bag. I will go ahead and open that, and that will be your message, and I'll make sure to go ahead and eat it. That way it does manifest for you, so you do not have to worry. Alrighty, so this is your fortune cookie. Oh, okay. So it says, humor is an affirmation of dignity. See if you can see right there. Okay. And then in the back, it has learn Chinese, 2 weights, and then also some lucky numbers. If you want to go ahead and write those down, sometimes maybe in the month of May you might see those numbers. Let me try to put it in my hand to see if you can better see it that way. There you go. So if you see those numbers, make sure that you're paying attention to what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're listening to, whatever is going on around you, because it might be a significance, okay? But that is your fortune cookie, okay? Message. And that is the end of this reading. I hope that you like this reading, and that you are able to get the benefits of your protection incense. Know that you are protected. I thank your higher self, your I am presence, and everybody in your spirit team that came along to provide you these messages. So thank you so much for watching. In the description down below, there will be some links to my social medias. I do post daily guidance messages on there, so make sure to follow me, along with let me know in the comments down below if anything did resonate with you, or come next month and let me know how things went. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching. This is for those who picked the Agarwood. So I am gonna go ahead and leave this here, but I am going to go ahead and light one of those. That way you are able to receive the benefits of the incense. So for this one, it does calm your nervous system. It expels negative energies. It makes you alert. It relieves anxiety. It gives you strength and peace of mind. It allows for you to be in a calmer state. It brings enlightenment, clarity, grounding, and it transmutes ignorance, okay? And for this one, I would say it is connected to the crown and third eye chakra. But I am going to have it burning here during the reading. That way you can go ahead and benefit of the incense, and also it clears my space while I am doing the reading for you, okay? So I am going to leave it here. So we're going to go ahead and get into the overall energy for May 2023 for all of those who picked the Agarwood. But before, I do want to call forward your spirit guides, your ancestors, your guardians, galactic families, your higher self, your I am presence, and everybody in your spirit team, so we can go ahead and give you the messages that you are currently needing, okay? So the overall energy for May. Oh, okay. So we have step out of your comfort zone. So North Node, okay? So if you are currently you feeling stuck, you feeling like there's some type of limitations in your life, if you feel like you're probably not safe, not protected, it is important that you are doing the necessary actions to go ahead and accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Right now, it is the time to take those necessary risks, or those actions that you are scared to take. It is time to put fear to the side and not focus on the what ifs, on the future, on the past, but focus more in the present moment. That way you are able to fully manifest exactly what it is that you want to manifest, okay? Underneath the deck, we do have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Okay, so there's some personal issues that are currently happening. I would say that you shouldn't worry about that. These issues will go ahead and solve themselves. The only thing is that you do have to believe in this. That way it happens exactly how you are wanting it, okay? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and dive into what it is that you need to release for May. Now, these can be things from the past month. This can just be in the past, in general, in the past years, past months, past life, past weeks, okay? Oh, okay. So what you need to release is a critical mind. They could engage in some criminal activities, theft, fraud, or illegal, or using illegal drugs, sneaky behavior. So this could be you, right? I mean, it doesn't have to go to that degree, but if you're somebody who is like that, it's time to change those things. You know, try to balance yourself out a little bit more. Try to make sure that whatever you're doing is of your highest good, that it's not putting you in a certain predicament where you can get arrested, or even like maybe like even lose your life or put yourself in danger. If you're trying things out like that, make sure they are safe. Make sure that this is exactly what you need to, whatever, you know, is this actually that, or is this sacred medicine that you're going into? Make sure that whatever you're ingesting, you're listening to, whatever your body is intaking, that it is of your highest self. Also, I do get that it's important that you're not judging yourself, that you're actually doing things that will help you in this whatever situation that you're in. But it seems like you need to release these negative actions, negative energies that you have been doing or that have been around you, like even if it's like friends around you that are doing all of these things. It's time to change that. It's time to get some new friends. It's time to be in different situations. It's just time to focus on what is good for you, and what it is that you need to be doing right now. Okay, so just if these are like other people that are not you, just be careful, just because, you know, they might just be too lost in the sauce. They might be too familiar with these type of things. They could be doing these negative actions, and you don't want that, you know, for these certain things to be done to you by them, or be put in a certain predicament just for being around them. Okay, if it's not you that's doing this. Also, this could be like a warning for some of you that your actions might be catching. They just might start to catch up, and you don't want to catch yourself a court case or, you know, anything like that. Alrighty, now let's go into what will be your main lesson or challenge that is coming up for you in this month of May. Oh, okay, we have two. Okay, so we have past life karma cycles. This indicate a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, person or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. And then we also have childhood wound retrieve. Your inner child is looking to heal so you can move on by understanding the situation in a new light. Going within to heal requires self-love and compassion. Gaining perspective through energy work or therapy can be very helpful to access tools to empower your inner child. Okay, so from what I see here is that it seems like whatever it is that you're needing to release will be part of your main lesson and challenge for this month, right? You will kind of have, if you go ahead and transmute and learn your actual lessons, you will understand why all of this has been happening, and all of it comes from your childhood. Or if you have been having a happy childhood, a happy life, but all these negative situations after have unfolded for you. This could be from a past life, certain things that you did, certain cycles that are now manifesting in your life because in a past life you never overcame them. You never actually truly learned your lesson. So in this life now you have to work through that because in a past life you weren't able to. It could have been because your life was cut short, or you were just drowning in whatever it is that was happening, right? But it also seems like your inner child is needing some healing. Your inner child, when you're doing all these negative things, not only are you might be harming others, but you're also mainly hurting yourself and your inner child. So it's important that you're practicing a lot of self-love, a lot of self-care, that you're changing these decisions and things that you're currently doing or that you were doing, recently, the things that you need to release them, and take care more of yourself, because that is something that is very important. Now, if you feel like you had a life where things has been going against you, things never going your way, you're always kind of like the victim, it's time to step out of that victim mentality and know that you are a warrior, that you have always been a warrior, and you're very, very strong. And that is the reason why you are on this particular certain journey that you have been on. And that is the reason why you have been battling the things that you have been battling. Even if it's, even if it comes from a past life, it is all part of you. So it's important to go ahead and try to heal those certain things. That way they stop manifesting in your life. And you don't continue to work on these things life after life after life after life. It's time to step out of those circles and just overcome them. Welcome new things, let go of the old. Okay, so let's see how you can be your own medicine this month to bring forward the necessary healing. Okay, so we have spring equinox, eagle, flight. Okay, so from what I see here is that you are the solution to your current problems, to your current situations. Even if you do not see it, you do have the answers. You have the necessary tools to overcome or to assist you in your journey. Sometimes we tend to overlook or not actually see what it is that we currently have, just because we do kind of like self-bandage ourselves, kind of like this lady. I believe she has a bandage over her eyes. So that is why probably you're not able to have a balanced life, but you're out here with a sword in your hand. I believe that's what it is, right? I think, let's say she has a sword in her hand. So you're out here, you're blinded, and you're just like kashing people without like seeing the actual things that you're causing, right? Because it all is a ripple effect, and that is why you haven't been able to have a balanced life. So you have the tools. You are capable of obtaining happiness, love, everything that your heart desires. But it all starts with you, okay? Everything will start to bloom. Everything will start to grow as soon as you let some things die. As soon as you let some things come to a full end, okay? So that is an important thing that you do need to know, is that you do have control over your life, but you need to go ahead and take control and do the necessary things that you need to do, while knowing that you are protected and everything that is happening is for a reason, okay? Underneath the deck for this one, we do have 7 generations legacy. So from this one, I do see that not only are you dealing with some past life karma, but you are also helping your ancestors overcome a lot of things that they weren't able to overcome. A lot of the situations and problems that you are having, it also comes from your ancestors, okay? So if you can, try to reflect back on your grandparents, your parents, or just people in your family. Or if you somehow, like, let's just say, like, some people are like adopted and they don't know anything about their biological family. You can look into your, like, where you come from, like your DNA, like ancestry.com, and see what type of problems the people that you're from were dealing with before, right? So know that you're truly never alone, okay? And this might be something, again, something very difficult to work through, but you're never alone. You have a lot of support on the other side that are taking each step right along with you. Okay, So let's go ahead and move on to our self-care activities to see what it is that you can do to help you in the month of May. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of activities. So first one, we have watch a movie. So definitely take some time to relax, enjoy, watch the things that you like. Also, you can watch some very informative things that have to do with your situation that help you self-improve more. Documentaries, I will suggest watching some Gaia. Then we have flow with the water. So things might be difficult, but do know that everything is happening for a reason, and sometimes you just have to flow with the universe and just take on everything that is coming towards you. But be careful on how you react and respond to things. That is how you can have control of things that you don't have control over, because you can always control how you react to things, whether they're negative or positive. Okay. Also, we have intuition. So listen to your intuition more. It seems like you are always getting messages. You're always getting insight. Even if you do ignore them, you might be receiving confirmation from your team here and there. So do pay attention to that, okay? So I do want to take some time to call forward your higher self, and most importantly, your I am presence. That way we can give the viewers who are watching right now some necessary messages. So I do call forward your I am presence, so we can deliver whatever messages that your I am presence wants to deliver. I would suggest to do some research on what is your I am presence, as though that is you, and nobody knows you more than your I am presence, especially what you're going through in your journey and your past lives and everything in general. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so only one came out. Oh, okay. So we have Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are indefinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. So your I am presence is currently saying that right now you do need to connect with Mother Earth. You need to kind of step back and not look and dwell too much in currently what you're living, what you're experiencing, the people around you. It's time to take a step back and look at everything, how it is affecting you, how it is making you think, how it is changing your life. Why are you allowing others or certain situations to make you feel some type of certain way, make you say things that you wouldn't normally say? Why are you allowing things that does not allow you to be your most authentic self? It seems like you need to go back to the basics and connect with Mother Earth. When you are feeling lost, you can go ahead and connect to Mother Earth. There's different ways that you can connect to Mother Earth. You can go outside barefooted, walk, rebalance your energies, ask Mother Earth to provide you with the necessary energies that you're currently needing, like grounding, stability, clarity, patience, and ask Mother Earth to allow you to take on the energies that you do no longer need. That way you are able to continue on to your journey, and know that you are never alone. You are never alone. Your I am presence is always there. There is many that walk with you, especially your ancestors. There's many ancestors that walk along with you. Even though you think you have made mistakes, know that they are very proud of you, as this is a very difficult journey, as we have mentioned before. not many are brave enough to continue in this journey. You have volunteered before coming into Earth to go ahead and fulfill this soul mission that you have signed, that you have agreed to accomplish. Even though if you do not have a support system, you do not have friends, you do not have loved ones, you do not have somebody physically supporting you in your decisions in your life, guiding you and just giving you advice in general, do know that we are there for you. We are all connected. You are always connected with your I am presence. You are always your higher self. Just when you come into density, it can be really hard to really take acknowledgement or embrace that because of the emotions, because of the ego. But it's important that you continue to live in the now and allow your heart to guide you. We are all one. You're not alone. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the urgent messages from Spirit. Now we're gonna call forward your ancestors, your guardians, your spirit guides, your galactic families, and just anybody in your spirit team that wishes to give you some important messages for the month of May. Okay. Okay, so we have emphasis on Mother Earth. Okay. I also believe in somewhere in here I had mentioned Gaia, watching Gaia. So nature, this is a time to observe the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. So wherever you are, take advantage of the good weather. Take advantage of those days that you can just go outside and they feel good. Go walk barefooted. Go on to a forest preserve. Go, you can also like volunteer at animal shelters. You can plant in your own home. It's just important to just go outside and connect with Mother Earth. Take a very deep breath. Enjoy your time. Enjoy the time in the sun. If you cannot be out in the sun, enjoy the moon. Also use the moon phases in your favor. Bask in the moonlight. Ask the moon what you want to manifest. Ask the sun what you want to burn away, what you want to release. You can also use the sun to manifest. Everything that you need is already around you. It's just important that you are really connecting with the elements and calling on them, connecting with the sun, connecting with the moon, connecting with the directions. If you even look at nature and look at animals, you can learn a lot of things. Humanity, as we have evolved, we have learned a lot just from being around animals, watching them, how they're nurturing, how they're intelligent, how they're even knowledgeable about the seasons, about just so many things. Just keep an eye out, embrace nature, be nature, and you will learn so much. It seems like you probably do have a lot of deep connections to Mother Earth or the elements and just nature in itself. Or it could just be that, at the end of the day, we are all one with Mother Earth. We came from Mother Earth and we will go back to Mother Earth when this experience, when this human experience has been done, okay? Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to our fortune cookies. So I have a bunch of fortune cookies here in the bag, and I will randomly pick one, and I will go ahead and open that for you, and we will go ahead and share your message. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we have experience is what you get when you don't want. Wait. experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. Okay, perfect. So let me get a little bit closer, that way you can read it for yourself. No, maybe. I want to focus on these cards. Okay, anyways. In the back, there is some numbers there that might be of your assistance. So if you do see those numbers, know that they're very important. You should be paying attention to them. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is 36, 7, 42, 38, 23, 39. Okay, I am going to leave it here. So that is all for the reading for May 2023. I do appreciate you spending some time here with me, and also listening to your team coming through me for you. Let me know down in the comments below if anything resonated with you, or come next month and let me know what happened in the month of May. Also, in the description down below, there should be some links to my other social medias. I do post on the daily, so don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Hello, this is for those who picked the Lotus incense. I am going to put this on the side, but I am also going to light some incense. That way you can go ahead and receive the benefits for that. So the benefits for the Lotus incense, basically it relaxes your mind, it aids in meditation, it promotes brain stimulation, creativity, abundance, it relieves anxiety, it helps you fall asleep, it does healing, it brings happiness, abundance, purification, it offers security and peace, fertility, renewal overall. And when it comes to the chakras, I would say that this one helps the root chakra a lot. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and have this burning here, that way you are also able to receive the benefits of those as you watch the reading. And this will be burning here on my side. Okay, so that one went out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and relight it. Alrighty. Okay, so I do want to take some time to go ahead and call forward your spirit team, those who walk right with you, which are your ancestors, your guardians, your spirit guides, your galactic families if you have some, and anybody and everybody from your spirit team that you know or do not know of, including your higher self and your I am presence. That way we are able to get whoever is watching this reading the most accurate messages, and whatever it is that you need to hear from them. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the overall energy for May 2023. Oh, okay, that was pretty quick. Okay, so we have bring love into the situation. So new moon in Aquarius. I like new moons. So whatever situation that you have been going through, it is important that you are treating everybody with love, especially yourself, that you are practicing some self-love, some self-care. Sometimes some situations can be pretty tough where it is hard to be loving. It is hard to be understanding. Sometimes the ego gets in the way. But it is important to know that, you know, everybody does things for whatever reason. And a lot of times it has to do because of their ego. Because there's just a lot of healing that they need to go ahead and do, and a lot of growth. So it's not about just doing it just to do it, but it's do it because it should naturally come out of you, especially with the Lotus. I feel like this might also be a lesson for some of you, where it comes to being more compassionate, being more loving, even towards like your own enemy, just having a sense of understanding and acceptance when it comes to things, even being appreciative of the negative things that you experience, even if they are painful, even if they bring forward negative or low frequency emotions or energies. Do know that everything does happen for a reason. So that's something that you should kind of remind yourself when you are going through some rough times, that it is all happening in order to teach you something, okay? You are meant to. So when we come here and we experience human life, excuse me, some people like to say that, this world, Earth, is basically just like school, right? And I feel like that is very accurate, but we came here to learn many things in order to help ourselves evolve, to help the universe evolve, just because we are part of the universe, and at the end of the day we are all one. I would also like to mention that if there's like people who are triggering you, look deeper into that, try to reflect on why that bothers you a lot, because usually it's something within that needs to be fixed, okay? And underneath the deck we do have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So for me, Taurus people are very like determined, they're very hardworking, they go into their situations or experiences kind of like head on, they don't back down, they don't give up. So if this has been an issue for you, or being more compassionate and loving towards other people, even towards yourself, you need to do a lot of effort. Try as much as you can, whatever feels comfortable, and just try to do it a little bit more for yourself, okay? Alrighty, so now we're gonna go and see when needs to be released. It could be from the past month, from the past weeks, from the past days, and just from the past in general. So we're going to see what it is that they are needing for you to release in this month of May. Okay, so we have paranoia. Suffering from paranoia, just waiting for you to slip up or be unfaithful, is driving them mad. Bad traits. Okay, so it could be that you're somebody who you're basically pretty paranoid. You feel like everybody, let's just say like relationship wise, you feel like your partner one day it's just gonna come up where they're unfaithful to you, where they just hurt you or harm you in some type of way. Your friendships, you feel like maybe they're gonna backstab you or talk bad about you one day. Your family members, you probably feel like they're just gonna betray you. It seems like you probably have had a lot of these negative experiences before, but it is important that you try to change this type of mindset, because if you continue to keep thinking this way, then you're going to keep attracting that, right? You want to have trust in people. If people do hurt you, understand that, how people like to say, hurt people, right? If somebody did betray you, if somebody harmed you or hurt you in any type of way, know that it's a deeper issue within that person. It's not something that you did or something that you said, because at the end of the day, we all have free will, right? And we all have control of how we react and respond to people, to things, to all type of situations and experiences. So you also have that control, just like as everybody does. So it's important that I think that that's probably why your overall energy for me is to be more loving and more compassionate when it comes to that. Because if you really think about it, the opposite of love is fear. Okay, so get out of your mind, get more in tune with your heart. Try to do things that you love, the music that you love. If you like watching movies, watch movies that you love. If you like to read books, read the books that you love. If you have any hobbies, any activities that you love to do, like writing, doing art, drawing, using your hands, being out in nature, being with animals, with certain people like your friends or certain loved ones, then this is a time to do that. That way you are more surrounded by those energies that you feel comfortable with, that you love being around, or that you love doing. And just keep pushing forward those good energies. And once you get, like these fears or these worries that seem to flood your mind, try to understand them. Don't try to block them, because suppressing thoughts or emotions, it does anybody, it doesn't do any type of good. So instead, try to remind yourself of the good and positive things that you love. For example, if you feel like, like everybody betrays you, try to say, no, nobody betrays me. These experiences are happening just so I learn how to love myself. I love myself. I am love. I embrace love. I love X, Y, and Z. People love me. Just try to give yourself some good affirmations when these thoughts and emotions do come up. But do know that it's a lot in your mind, okay? But you will get through it. It does take some time. If there is also some early experiences that happen in your life, do try to heal them. That probably has a lot to do with what you are experiencing and what you have experienced and what you will continue to experience if you do not make the necessary changes, okay? And then we're going to move on to your main lesson or challenge that will be coming up this month. Okay, so we have two. So we have past life karma cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma, and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. And then we have decision and fear, control. Some decisions and choices that you have made are based in fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you're able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. Okay, so it's basically kind of like what I have been saying. But it seems like, it could be experiences from earlier this life, but it seems like it also has to do with some stuff that happened to you in a past life, right? So when it has to do with past life karma, usually with these things, it's just you weren't able to clear this out in a past life, so now you're having to go through these certain type of situations where it puts you in a position where you are needing and having to transmute and transform these energies from a past life because you weren't able to do it then. This could also be like generational, but it seems like it has to do more with past life. This could be from a specific past life, or this could be just something that you have been having to deal with for multiple past lives. It seems like fear is a really big thing for you. So you are needing to kind of like have more courage, work more with love energy, with unconditional love. Practice that with yourself and with others. Again, how I was saying, you do have control over a lot of these situations and decisions that arise in your path and in your journey. But it's up to you if you want to continue with this karma that you have been dealing with, or you also have the choice of stepping out of running in circles, getting out of running those circles and those cycles and those lessons, and going towards whatever it is that your soul mission is, your journey. There is some people that their soul mission or their mission in this, in their particular life right now is to get past some cycles and karma, or even like generational traumas and stuff like that. So I would say to kind of look into, or kind of like just think about what your parents, your grandparents, and the ones before you, if you have that knowledge, or if you know if they had went through similar situations as you. If they have, then it's a little bit deeper. It is some rough work. It is a hard journey, but it's very rewarding once you're able to fully accomplish whatever you are meant to accomplish. Because not only will you be doing it for yourself, but you will also be doing it for your family and those that were here before you. And then you will be the one who will finally stop some cycles from manifesting. And if you have children or the ones after you, they won't be going through similar situations or have it as rough. Okay, so again, if fear comes through, try to cut out your ego. There is some gods, goddesses, if you're into spirituality, that kind of like deal with ego, cutting off that ego and helping you live in the moment and through your heart. For example, like Goddess Kali is very good with that. You can call on Goddess Isis to help you with your heart. But I would say to look more into healing. There's a lot of energetic healing that is available out there for people. So it's important that you're also open-minded and not so close when it comes to healing, because a lot of that is needed. But even if you are close-minded and you don't want to see things for what they are, I mean, eventually you will. Even if it's in this life or next life, you will eventually have to face these fears and really work through whatever it is that you need to work through. So try to be brave. You got this. There's nothing to be scared of. We are the ones that manifest things into our reality. So if you keep feeding off fear, and just thinking about like the worst case scenarios, and that is like something that's like in a loop in your mind, then you will most probably just keep manifesting those things. But it's important that you are positive, that you are remaining positive, that you are maintaining that energy and just positive thoughts in general. Okay, and now we're going to move on to how you can be your own medicine this month to bring forward the necessary healing. So let's see what it is that they suggest for you. Okay, so we have Shawl Dancer Wild, and then we have Cosmic Weaver Potency. Okay, so already what I can see here is that a lot of things that you have been experiencing, you kind of have to like just flow with the flow. roll with the punches. There's a certain goddess. There was this post that I've seen a long time ago. It's actually in Spanish, but it's for a goddess. Her name is Yamaya. And there was a post that said, you know, the children of Yamaya, sometimes they have like the worst experiences, the roughest life. So Yamaya is like she has to do with like water, the sea, the ocean. And I forgot exactly what it said word for word, but basically it was saying that her children are like the rocks and the ocean. And the ocean, you know how when the ocean kind of like just the waves move, they kind of like it kind of like bangs towards the rocks, and that is to like create some type of resistance, to create strength within the person. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was something like that. So I feel like a lot of these experiences are teaching you to be strong, are teaching you to see the beauty in things, regardless of how difficult you might perceive things are. It doesn't matter whatever type of negative experience that crosses you. There's always beauty in the world. There's always things to be happy and joyful about. You need to find your inner happiness. You need to find your inner beauty. Now, when I mean beauty, I don't mean like physically beautiful. I mean like seeing the world as beautiful. You know, seeing like that perspective where you see why things are a certain way and the purpose for everything, even the negative. Just how this card was saying how it's kind of like having that heart center knowledge, and not letting ego like ruin your day, ruin your mind, ruin your spirit, and keeping you down pinned, where that's kind of like just an illusion, right? And then like the cosmic weaver, the potency, I feel like you are very powerful. Once you do get through this, you will be able to see a lot of things manifesting. You will be receiving a lot of blessings. You might be someone also who is a healer, just because you're having to do a lot of deep inner healing work, especially from past lives, which is extremely difficult sometimes. And I'm speaking this from experience myself. But once you are able to work through this, it's so beautiful. That we words of finally being able to feel unconditional love for yourself and for others, and you know, not being in anger and sadness and just having your guard up every single time you experience something or with everybody. It's something that's very peaceful. It's something that is very you even feel light after doing the healing work. And then you actually do feel like you're dancing with the universe, or you're just, you know, it kind of like things just flow a lot different instead of just being offensive and just trying to block certain emotions and thoughts and people, and you're just dancing, and it's a lot smoother. But again, it all has to do to help you evolve, and help you grow in whatever ways that you need to grow. And I feel like you can do this. After everything that you have experienced, trust me, you can do so much, especially things that you thought that you never were going to accomplish, or they seem so far-fetched. You will accomplish them. But you are, in your situation, you are your biggest block, okay? And underneath the deck, we have Strawberry, Love. So more emphasis on love. Embrace love, be love. Try to, you know, there's also like sound healing, baths, videos out there, like on YouTube or on social medias. Sound healing is very real. It does help, and I suggest this because, I don't know, it just came to my mind, but it was a very important tool for me when I was struggling with certain emotions, experiences, or even chakras. For you, I would suggest to work on your heart chakra, finding crystals. Like, for example, you can get like a rose quartz that connects you to the heart chakra. You can find green crystals because the heart chakra is green. You can find like aventurine. I have some here, but they're very small. Aventurine. You can just look up crystals that will help the heart chakra. Get you some. It doesn't matter. They do not have to be big. They can be very small. They can be earrings. They can be bracelets. They can be little tumble crystals, even as small as this. You know, they're very real. Crystals are alive. You can look more into crystals. You can even get like certain oils. Look into what herbs help the heart chakra or help fill you with happiness and joy. You can even get like some lotus incense, some lotus oil. You can just, there's so many things out there that can help your heart chakra, can help you move this fear out of your energy, but you just need to find it, and the time for that is right now. You need to do this research. You need to start helping yourself out of this funk. Okay, so let's see what self-care activities will help you this month of May. Oh, okay. So we have take a walk and use your hands. Okay, so I do see why take a walk will be very helpful for you, because it involves walking on Mother Earth. If you can, go outside, try to walk barefooted. It helps with your ions and, you know, just gaining and releasing some, and just in general, it really helps you connect with Mother Earth, and releasing the energies that you don't need or shouldn't be in your energy. You can do it with intention. Look up at the sky, look at the clouds, look at the birds. If you go at night, look at the stars, look at the moon, look at the sun. You can do also energetic work, or you can petition the sun, the moon, and certain like moon phases. You can ask the sun to burn away whatever it is that you want to release. You can ask the sun also to do the opposite, to bring forward happiness, to bring forward the light that you are needing, to release the darkness, the shadows, the fear that you have within. You can ask the moon to, depending on like the moon phases, to release, to bring forward. I would suggest to also look into the moon and the phases. Also, we have use your hands. So again, you know, doing things that you love, painting, drawing, writing poems, writing whatever it is that you want to write. Just using your hands and keeping yourself occupied, because when you also are using your hands, your mind is somewhere else. Your mind is not somewhere else, and it is in the current moment, focusing on what it is that you're doing. Okay, so try to find a hobby if you don't have one. Try to get more into your creative self and your creative, however it is that you wish to express yourself. The moment for that is now, especially in the month of May. That way, you're just able to enjoy life a little bit more. Okay, All right, and now we are going to call forward the viewer's higher self, the viewer's I am presence. If you don't know what your I am presence is, basically your I am presence is something that is higher than your higher self. It is more connected with source. Your I am presence is somebody who knows exactly everything about you, what it is that you need. So when you need guidance, or you need to just connect more with yourself, I would suggest you call on your I am presence, or if you decide your higher self. But I do want to go ahead and try to channel your I am presence and just see what type of messages your higher self and or your I am presence has for you for this upcoming month, okay? Okay, so we have 19, delight. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. So basically for this, it is important that you are connecting with higher frequencies, that you are connecting with your happiness, with your peace, whatever it is that brings you joy, whatever it is that is delightful. It could be, again, music, it can be nature, it can be people. I feel like for some, maybe right now you're not into it, but healing will be something, like healing work will be something that you will be finding. It will be something that you find to love in the future or now for some of you. This will be kind of like your outlet. This is how you will be thanking the universe for healing you, thanking the universe for putting the lessons that it has had before you. You might not see it now, but a lot of things are happening for a reason, and that is for you to grow and evolve, as we have said already. Something that's very important is that you need to know that you are deserving of love. You are deserving of feeling happiness. You are deserving of enjoying your life, of having good days, of having friends, of having loved ones, especially people who support you. Even if you feel alone right now, you're not alone. You have your higher self, you have your I am presence, and you have all of those who walk along with you. You are never truly alone. That is just an illusion. You are too much in your mind, and you need to get out of it in order to see things for what they truly are. You need to be more open. You need to not let ego take control of your life. It is time to disconnect from your mind. It is time to live through your heart. Even if you are scared, even if it's hard, you need to keep trying every single day to live through your heart. Even if there's people or some experiences that do come up that are not very nice to you, you do not have to match their energy. You do not have to do the same, treat them the same, say the same things, or just hurt them back in general just to kind of like to seek vengeance or balance things out. That is not always necessary. Now, I want to call forward the viewers, spirit guides, ancestors, guardians, galactic families if they have, and just anybody and everybody in their spirit team that they know of or they do not know of. So please come forward. That way we can go ahead and provide the viewer with some urgent messages from spirit for this month of May. Okay, I was just shuffling and this one came out. I'm gonna shuffle again. Okay, so the one that came up, that when I was calling them forward, is forgiveness. And that says holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. And then after, we got the card for vulnerability. This is a confirmation that you are seeking to thread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Okay, so your spirit team is wanting you to forgive those who need forgiven, forgive those, every single person, every single experience that you have went through. It is very important that you are forgiving. For whatever reason, but you need, it can be like forgive them, forgive them for yourself. The point of forgiveness is that you are moving forward from this. You are no longer looking back. You are no longer holding on to these energies. You are no longer feeling anger, sadness, hurt, pain from any of it. You are no longer the experience that you have experienced. You're not that. You're not a victim. You're a warrior. You're very, very strong. Whatever happened. For whatever reason, it's time to move forward and forgive. And know that forgiving does not make you weak. Forgiving gives you so much strength, and it makes you a very brave person, because not everybody can forgive, because it's something extremely difficult to do, especially for like a lot of experiences, and especially if it caused a lot of pain and a lot of trauma. But it's important that you start to let go, that you practice acceptance, like we mentioned before, because all of these things that you have been going through is actually holding you back. It's holding you back from so many things, and it's not even allowing you to see the world for how it truly is. And it's so beautiful. There's so many things out there for you, but you're blocking that for yourself because you're still living in the past. You're still worrying about what's going to happen in the future. What other pain, what other traumas, what other betrayals, or whatever type of negative experiences that you might experience in the future. But you have to trust that this will change in the future. And you have to live in the present. You have to live in the now. You can't do nothing about the past anymore. You cannot control what happens in the future, but you have a little bit more control about what happens now, what it is that you're focusing on, what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're thinking about. And underneath the deck, we do have a mother's love. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. So if there's somebody that has passed away, this might be a mother, a grandmother, great grandmother, somebody that you probably knew. But this could also be one of your ancestors that is one of your main. So when it comes to ancestors, right, there's many, but there's usually 1, 2, 3, 4 that are the main ones that are interactive in your life. And it seems like a female energy is very involved with you, and she is there. Is this somebody that you knew? Know that they're there. You can always call on them. You can always talk to them. They are there for you, whatever it is that you need. They're especially there in those moments that you feel alone. You don't have to see them. You don't have to hear them. You don't have to sense them, because they're always there. They stay behind to help you. They stay behind to assist you whatever it is that you need assistance on as you live through this, as you go through this human experience that you decided to be on. Because what you are transmuting and what you are transforming is something that's not easy. Okay. And lastly, we are going to go ahead and open a fortune cookie for you. I have a bag with a lot of fortune cookies, so I'm gonna go ahead and just randomly pick one and open that for you. Okay. Okay. So here is your cookie. Okay. So don't worry, I'll go ahead and eat it. That way it doesn't manifest for you. Let's see the message. So it says, impossible is a word only to be found in the dictionary of fools. Okay, so this is your last message for this reading. I'm gonna try to get that a little bit closer to you so you can read it. I'm a little bit shaky just because I have to lean forward and bend a little. And then in the back, there is, if you want to learn this in Chinese, and also some lucky numbers. I would say to kind of pay attention to those numbers. If you do see them, you might see them a little bit more in the month of May, or they might have some type of significance to you. They usually tend to do. But this is your reading for May 2023 for those who picked the Lotus Incense. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if anything did resonate for you, or come back next month and just let me know how things went along for you. Thank you so much for watching. Down in the description below, there will be some links for my other social medias that I do post on the daily. I do daily guidance messages on there, and I also post some rituals. Also, if you do want to book your own personal reading, you can go ahead and reach out to me. But thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and just share with your loved ones. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Welcome back. So this is for those who picked the Egyptian Musk. So we are going to go ahead and start on your reading, but I am also going to light some incense. That way we are able to bring forward the benefits of the Egyptian Musk for you on your side and also here as I do your reading. So the benefits of the Egyptian musk, basically it brings balance, it realigns your energy, it deals with auroric gasp, it enhances wisdom, it brings forward blessings, it increases your strength and willpower. And I would say that for this one, it is good for all the chakras. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put this on here on the side. You might not see it. You might see the smoke occasionally, but it will be here on the side for us, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start with the overall energy for May 2023 for our viewers. Okay, so this one did not flip. It was already like that, but let me reshuffle it just in case. Okay. Oh. Overall energy. Okay, so we have nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. Okay, so for this one, I do see that since this is the overall energy, this tells me that even if it doesn't seem like it, you do have a lot of control over your life, over your current experiences, and also your future ones that you will experience during May. If you are worried about certain situations, about certain opportunities that you're wanting to gain, I see that you are able to achieve them if you wish. You just have to keep putting those energies out there and keep pulling and calling exactly on what it is that you want to manifest into your reality. Also, if you're going through like a negative situation, know that this is just all temporary. All experiences are only temporary, especially if they're negative. It is happening in order for you to understand certain things, so that you learn, so that you grow and evolve as an individual. But you do have control over some things, especially how you react and respond to people, situations, experiences. Okay, so just as a reminder there that everything is not out of your control. There is some things that you do have control over, but it's just perspective wise, okay? Also, underneath the deck, we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So if you have been going through a rough patch, expect that you change. There is going to be changes in your life, or for the month of May, that are going to be in your favor. But again, you need to try to remain positive. Only focus on what it is that you need to focus on. Especially being, pay attention to the small details. What small changes do you need to make? What things are you overlooking? I feel like that will give you some good insight on the overall picture, or what it is that you need. Okay, so let's see what it is that you need to release. This could be things from the past month, from the past week, past days, and just from the past in general. This can be from this life or past lives. Let's see what that might be. Okay, so we have 2 or 3. Actually, we have 3. Okay, so we have using you. They only need you when they need something. Bad motives. The narcissists, they cheat to feed their own ego and feel entitled. Cheating. Cover up. They are trying to cover up their cheating. Lies, lies, lies. Okay, so what it is that you need to release, let's say you don't have these traits, you're not, the person who is cheating, you're not the one who wears mask. If there might be people around you, like if you have a partner, a loved one, a friend, a business partner, there's just energies around you that are only feeding off of you. They might portray themselves as something that they are not. They're very good in hiding their true self. They do have not good intention towards you, especially if it's somebody that it is using you. This could be just using you for money, using you for love, for relationships of that kind. But it is something that they're taking and they're not giving it back to you, or it's not reciprocal. It's not a reciprocal relationship, friendship, or experience. So this is something that you can use to kind of look more into it and see who this might be. It might be more than one person, but it is somebody who has not been their true self, somebody who lies, somebody who hides, somebody who manipulates. You probably, for some of you, probably have like discovered little small things about this person. It could be like the smallest. Sometimes they don't slip up. Sometimes it's just like that one friend that, or it seems like this is like, wow, you never had like a friend like this and they're your best friend, and you like looking back at other friendships, nobody has really like been the way that they have, but in reality they're like telling your business, they're using you for whatever reason, they're telling people, everybody, your business. If I already said that, I don't know why I just said that twice. If I did say that twice, then if it resonates with you, for you, then it's kind of like something that they're saying that you should pay attention to. For example, like there's some people who, like that one friend who is always talking very negative about people, who's very judgmental, who criticizes other people, like their bodies, the things that they do, the things that they say. It could be that they're also speaking of you like this to others. But if they're doing that with other people, like talking bad about them, that says a lot about what type of person that they are. But if you are a narcissist, if you are someone who uses people for whatever reason, and you haven't been your most authentic self, and you have been more like being your dark self more, then you need to go ahead and change these things, because not only are you hurting those people, you're also hurting yourself, and the one that you're doing the most damage to is yourself. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of flip it just in case if that is your situation, if you're not the one who's being hurt. But regardless, a narcissist, they're hurting because they are hurting. They're hurting other people because deep within they are hurt. These are how traumas, there's still traumas within. And this is kind of like how they deal with those. It's kind of like living in a, like kind of like a double life. So within, they're not balanced. Okay, so this is what you need to release in this month of May. Make sure that you're letting go of these type of people, these type of behaviors, these type of thoughts, types of relationships, friendships. And if it has to do with like this is other people being like this towards you, make sure that you are letting them go and that you are no longer accepting this type of people anymore in your life. Because after learning your lesson, there tends to be tests to see if you can apply whatever it is that you learned in old lessons. So I wouldn't be surprised if later down the road these people try to come back and apologize, or these type of energies try to enter your life. It is up to you if you decide to go back into that rabbit hole, into those cycles, because you do have free will. But it is important that you're stepping out of those cycles and only allowing people who are of your highest good and who align with your soul purpose and whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish during this experience that you're having. Okay, now we're gonna go see what is your main lesson or challenge that will be coming up for you this month. So what is the viewers' main lesson or challenge that will be coming up for them this month of May 2023, please? Okay. Alrighty, so we have all wounds, patterns. We attract what we need to heal. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us until we choose to find a common denominator of what we need to heal and release. The cycle will continue. Go within to heal the pain layer by layer to find joy again. Okay. And then we have distorted view, perspective. A change in perspective is needed to view you or the situation with compassion. The root core of pain is often associated with how you may view yourself or the situation from a wounded place. Choosing to heal this brings the broken pieces back together to create a healthy viewpoint. And we have, it's not personal, projection. Many times others project their own pain onto you. The situation is not personal, but rather an opportunity for compassion for yourself and the other person involved. Stop taking the blame by automatically thinking it's your fault. Have discernment of what you own, but also what isn't your problem. Okay, so yeah, so it seems like probably like people using you, manipulating you, betraying you, seems to be like a pattern or something that has been very repetitive in your life. Do know that this cycle can end and will end. You just have to kind of see things a little different. You are more than whatever this experience is. You are more than everything that they make you feel, right? The pain, the sadness, the anger, the hurt, that living through all of this can cause you but know that that is exactly what it is that they want. Some people live, or they just like to make other people hurt, right? And that is not okay. So you need to start releasing these people. Once you release and you keep them out of your life, you need to go ahead and try to heal the traumas, heal whatever it is that was created in your life and your energy because of these experiences, and try to have more compassion towards these people. And I'm not saying forgive them and have hope that they will change. That is their own journey, and that is up to them if they change, and up to them if they're able to grow as an individual and be a better person. But that is not for you to find out. That is not for you to stay and watch that manifest or not. You need to focus on yourself. You need to pick yourself and heal everything that you have experienced, and find your happiness again. Find love again. Find love within yourself. Because when it comes to like attracting real love, it all starts with fear. It all starts with self-love, with self-care, embracing unconditional love, practicing unconditional love, regardless of like whatever it is that people say that they do to you. You're just like, okay, you know, it is what it is. I accept it for what it is. This person is like this, and all I can do is love them from a distance. You know why? Because it is better for myself. I am who is important here, and that is what matters. What matters is my well-being. What matters is my peace of mind. What matters is that my unconditional love continues to thrive within and without. And also it's important that during these situations that you don't blame yourself. It can be very easy to blame yourself, like, you know, you're not weak. You're just somebody who has a lot of love. You have a really big heart. You give people an opportunity to be in your life. You are very strong. You're not weak. You're very strong to, you know, to give these opportunities to people, even though you have lived through very unpleasant situations. Even though you probably might keep attracting the same type of energies, it's just time to let go. Okay, do not blame yourself again. How I said, these people are acting out of hurt. I'm pretty sure that they have a lot of traumas. And it seems like that trauma, the pain that they have felt, those experiences, they're very drowned in them, because to be able to even feel some type of happiness or some just feeling good that you're hurting other people and you're being sneaky and you're lying to them, it just shows how deep they are in their shadow self, again, and their traumas, and whatever it is that they have experienced earlier in life or even in past lives. Okay, and then also underneath the deck we do have betrayal revealed. The situation revealed to you the intention behind it, whether it's you betraying yourself in some way or another person or situation. You're being asked to unmask the truth by removing any blinders that hinder the clarity that is needed. So if you have gotten some type of like clues, people have mentioned, you know, like what if like there's like for example, if this is a situation that is with your partner, and a friend has like, you know, I don't like how they treat you, or or I heard this person was talking bad about you, and when they talk to you they're a lot different, but they highly dislike you and they are just pretending to be your friend for whatever reason. You know, if that has happened, you really need to open your eyes. You really need to let them go. Do not wait to see things for yourself, because it might come to the point that if you do that, you're just going to end up more hurt than you already have, or than you already are. So again, release, let go, don't look back, and only accept things that are reciprocal. They're giving you as much love as you're giving them. They're giving you as much as attention as you're giving them. That you're just gonna know when people are just not being their true selves, or being good to you in general. Let this be friendships, relationships, even loved ones, family. Okay? Alright, and let's see how you can be your own medicine this month to bring forward the necessary healing that you need. Okay. Okay, so we have two. So we have 21 wind change. And then we also have mosaic pieces. How you can be your own medicine is by making the necessary changes that you need to do in your life. With things in your life, relationships, friendships, just overall releasing everything that is not your highest good and that is only holding you back. Things that are making you run in circles. Things that are not bringing you happiness. Things that are only bringing you pain. Things that are not aligned with whatever it is that you want to accomplish in life right now or later in the future. You do have control over a lot of things, even if it seems like you don't. You do have control. You have control. You have the free will to release or continue to hold on to energies, to people, to situations, to places, to your job, you know, whatever your situation is. You have the ability to change all of this. And if you are in a very, very difficult situation, you can always ask for help. You can always ask your loved ones, your friends, your family, whoever it is that you trust, to give you advice on how you can get out of a certain situation. Of, you know, even if it's like very small steps, do the small steps. And then later on, you will see that those small steps were not just small, but it led you into the right direction. And it will be a huge step, you know? So it's important that you do that, because it seems like you have been kind of like letting a lot of these things break you. You have been losing yourself in these experiences. I'm pretty sure that you're very different from before. For some of you, this is just an example. Like, you could have like a very happy childhood, and then, you know, once you start to get out into the world and start to experience things for yourself, it kind of like torn you down. It ripped you apart. Well, at least probably that's how I felt. Even if it's just like relationship wise, you know, you probably have had your heart broken into little pieces, and it has been hard to recover from that. Or other betrayals causing you just not being able to trust others. not letting you see the happiness or just enjoy your day-to-day activities or just your day in general. It's time to go back to yourself. It's time to go back to the basics of healing, doing the things that you love, finding yourself, doing inner child healing, and just picking up those pieces that you think that were lost, but they're just there. It's just your perspective, okay? Underneath the deck, we also have Star Nation's ancestors. So it could be that whatever that you're having to work through and heal, it probably has a lot to do with like your ancestors. Like if your ancestors weren't able to transmute and work through certain things, you were probably like the chosen one who is now having to transmute and transform these energies for them. So if you can kind of like think back on the ones before you, if they had went through similar things, then that is like a confirmation for you. But also you can call on your ancestors. Your ancestors are very powerful. They can protect you and help you and guide you. But when it comes to the spirit world, you have to ask for their assistance. You have to ask for their help. You have to ask for them to actually be able to do this work that you're wanting them to do, because without asking them, they cannot intervene in your life. Okay. Also, this card reminds me a lot of Goddess Isis. So I feel like you will be going through like a type of rebirth phase. And also you can always call on Goddess Isis. She is our divine mother. So that will, you know, she will help you. She will nurture you. She will give you guidance. She will take you under her wing, but also you need to seek them, okay? It's just something that I kind of saw just by looking at that picture. But, you know, it's not all darkness. You will find your happiness. You just have to be positive and just do the necessary things for yourself in order to get things going, okay? Let's see what type of self-care activities will be beneficial for you for month of May. So we have one, which is deep breathing. So if you do some research, there is a lot of like breathing techniques, breathing meditations. One that I like is that, you know, instead of breathing through your tummy, you can actually breathe through your heart. So instead of pulling all the air down to your stomach, where your stomach, you know, like it opens, well, you know, it kind of like moves like that, you can actually do that with your chest and fill your chest, empty your chest, fill your chest, empty your chest. That way you are breathing love into your heart as your chest expands. And then when you're breathing out, you're releasing those blockages. You're releasing those things that are keeping you away from unconditional love. You're releasing fear. You're releasing worries. You're releasing all negativity. Whatever it is that you want to release, do it intentionally. That will give you a lot of power, and it will be very beneficial for you to do. So I do highly suggest to do that. There's just a lot of ways how you can heal yourself, but it seems like deep breathing is something that will help you a lot. Also, pay attention to your breath. You know, like, have you been conscious about it? Have you been breathing deep? Because when you breathe deeply, you're allowing oxygen to go down below. And also when you're doing some breath work, intentional breath work, it is important to breathe deeply in order for me, breath, or like breathing in is life, right? So if you're taking some really deep breaths, you're pushing life deep within, in your darkest hidden spots within you, right, so to speak. So I feel like that is very important for you to work through, and also doing like consciously, again, with intention. Okay, so now I want to call forward the viewer's higher self and I am presence. If you don't know what I am presence is, I would suggest to do some research and probably call on them, as this is the part of you that will give you the clearest messages, the clearest guidance. It is in a position where it's the closest to source and is even higher than your higher self, okay? Okay, so let's see what type of messages your higher self or I am presence has for you for the month of May. Okay. Alrighty, so we have 14, communication. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balance exchange. 11, belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. So the message here is that you need to start speaking up for yourself. If you know, or you are intuitively feeling that somebody is doing you wrong, they're making you feel uncomfortable, they're using you, speak up. Have these uncomfortable situations with people. Notice the words that they use, their expressions, what they have to say, what did they do, how they react. This will tell you a lot. Do not let anybody take away your voice. Not a loved one, not a partner, not a friend, not even your own self. It's important that you're also paying attention to your thoughts and the words that come out of your mouth. All of these will manifest things into your life. Everybody's able to manifest their desires. And if you continue to have or entertain negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative actions, negative words, then that is what you will continue to attract. That's what you will continue to manifest until you learn your lesson, until you have grown and notice that these things need to be changed. You need to be more in balance within yourself. You need to connect more with your heart. Your happiness, what makes you happy. what feels fulfilling to you, what gives you joy. You also have to believe that the good things that you wish, that you desire, are already yours. This is a true way to manifest this. You're somebody who's very loving, who has a very, very big heart. And you need to use this to your advantage. And be one with unconditional love. There is some gifts and abilities that you have yet to uncover. But once you start to let go and start to heal, you will start to discover them, as there won't be shadows who will be blocking them. There will no longer be those blockages in the way. If you want to, and you do the work, you will later on be helping and healing those who have went through similar situations as you have. It could be as simple as giving advice, or it could be even doing healing work, energetic work. But it truly is up to you if you decide to step out of this cycle. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead to urgent messages from spirits. I want to call forward the viewers, ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, galactic families if they have, and anybody and everybody from their spirit's name. Okay, let's see. Alrighty, so we have forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. Okay, so your team is basically suggesting that you start to forgive those who have wronged you, those who have bring forward pain, those who have brought you the most difficult lessons that you have went through, and also forgiving yourself, right? Sometimes we tend to do things that are not of our highest good, say things that hurt others, and then we feel guilty about it or ashamed of it. Whatever action or words that you did, forgive yourself, forgive others. It's time to move on. It's time to let go of these energies. These energies no longer should be in you, around you. You need to let go of all of this baggage, because that's what it truly is. It is baggage, because it's only holding you back from what you deserve, from what is rightfully yours. For example, like happiness, peace, love, you need to start doing a lot of healing, and the first step that you can do towards this healing is forgiving everything and anything that caused you pain. Okay, so that is something that you should, well, that your spirits or that your spirit team is asking that you do for me. Also, underneath the deck, we have Dream Talk. Your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. So I would say to pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams have a lot of messages for you. Also, if there's like certain questions that you have been wanting, well, certain answers that you have been wanting, you might find those in your dreams. Also, your spirit team might use dreams to communicate with you, so just pay attention. If you can, try to write those down when you wake up, that way you don't forget. And you have those written down in case if something comes up and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, like this connects with the dream, or this is probably what the dream was trying to tell me. And then that way you start to see those messages, or you know, just coincidence or confirmations in them. So I would say to start looking into that again. You know, how we said, your gifts and abilities will start to grow more, and dreams might be one of the things for you. Okay, so we are almost here at an end. I am gonna go ahead and pick a fortune cookie for you. I do have a bunch of fortune cookies in a bag, and I'm gonna go ahead and open that, okay, to see just your last message for May. Oh, baby. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up, and let's see if I can open it. What message they want to provide you with for May. Okay, so we have a very attractive person has the message for you. Okay, all right, let me get that closer so you can see it. Okay, a very attractive person has a message for you, and in the bag it does have like a Chinese word that you can learn. You know, there might be some messages within this, or even like the lucky numbers might have some type of significance. Or if you do see them, try to pay attention to what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're doing, or what's going on around you. Okay, so this is your messages for May. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if anything did resonate for you. Or come back next month and just let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, down below in the description you will find links to my other social medias. I do post on the daily. I do daily guidance messages. Also, if you would like a personal reading from me, you can also find me on there, and we will go ahead and book you. But thank you so much for watching, and also thank all the energies that came forward to deliver these messages for you. Thank you so much. Welcome. This is for those who picked the Chandan incense. We're gonna go ahead and get started here, but I am also going to light one of these incense sticks. That way you're able to get the benefits of the incense, and also bring that forward into my space. So the Chandan, it is good for elevating your mood. It brings focus. It helps your intuition. It brings forward enlightenment, optimism. It relieves anxiety. It is good for headaches, skin diseases, and depression. It also helps aid in meditation. It stirs your senses, and it outs negative energy. I would say that for this one, it is good for the crowned I feel like overall it's good for all of them, but I feel like this one it's good for the crown and the third eye. But I am gonna have this here on the side. Okay, that way it keeps burning. All right, so I want to go ahead and take some time to call forward the viewers, spirit team, ancestors, guardians, spirit guides, galactic family if they have, your higher self, your I am presence, and just anybody and everybody that is currently in your spirit team. That way we are able to bring forward the necessary messages that you need to hear for May 2023. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what will be the overall energy for this upcoming month. Oh, okay, so we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Moon and Pisces. Okay, so with this card, I just see that maybe there's a lot of things that you're having to juggle. You could be working like multiple jobs. You might be having to, like, on a daily basis do this thing, then run and do this thing, and then you're just like occupied. You're not having much time to yourself to kind of just have a moment to yourself to reflect on things, to really think things out. It seems like you're pretty much on the move. I'm not sure if you're somebody who is spiritual, or just you're probably too involved like in the material world, on your job, on the relationships that you have with your home, if you have any pets, and not spending time like meditating, calling on your spirit team, calling on, you know, whoever it is that you call on. So in the month of May, you're being asked to balance yourself out, make some time for yourself. It's very necessary that you make time for your spiritual practices. If you're somebody who does practice whatever it is that you practice, you need to get more involved, and not make sure that the material world has a high importance in your life, because the spirituality should also be of importance. So it should always be like 50-50 when it comes to both of those. Also, with the full moon in Pisces, I just feel like there is going to be like new opportunities, new things coming into your life when it comes to both, you know, just like the physical world and also the spirit world. And this balance is needed, that way you don't get overwhelmed if you're not already. So try to work things out, you know, have a plan. You can try to budget your time, but just try not to like overdo it to the point where you're just super frustrated and you're basically overwhelming yourself and you don't know how to manage your things anymore. Okay. Underneath the deck, we also have Show the World the Real You, Full Moon, and Aquarius. So it seems like the full moon is very important, is of significance. If you are somebody who does practice, I would say to do some work during the full moon. You can try to do some type of manifestations. That way you are manifesting things during the full moon. Also, like, do not let like your daily activities or just the physical world make you lose your true self. You know, like if you're somebody who's spiritual and now you're so involved in your job and all these things that are happening in the physical world that you no longer practice like you used to, that needs to change. Again, it's all about balance. It's all about new beginnings, new things, making those necessary changes, because they're necessary. And, you know, self-care, self-love It seems here like spirituality is involved in that. It goes hand in hand with your self-care and your self-love, because if it is something that's of importance to you and it's a big part of you, then it's something that you have to get in touch with again, okay? So now we're gonna see what needs to be released. This could be from the past month, the past few days, past weeks, or just in the past in general. This could also involve like past lives, or like just in the past in this life, okay? Okay, so we have cheating. They often fantasize about another person. It's only fantasy for now. Okay, so if you're dealing with a person or people, like for example, like if you're in a relationship and it seems like your partner's mind is somewhere else, and they're not fully focused on you and just you only, there might be somebody else who's lingering in their mind, and obviously I feel like nobody will be happy to know this, right? Or even to know that. So you know, there's just some situations where like people just stay in a relationship just to stay, or for whatever other reasons, even though they know that, you know, they're no longer compatible. There's no reciprocation. One might take more and the other one might just give and never receive anything back in return. Or one is just like manipulative. They're just not in the relationship as deep as the other one, okay? So I feel like also, if this is not like relationship wise, this might be like friendship wise, business partner, a loved one. This could just be that somebody is not putting you as a priority, and maybe you might be prioritizing them in your life and you might be giving them so much time. It could also be like money, or you know, there's just some type of exchange that you're not receiving it back as equally as you're giving it, okay? So I would say to kind of like reflect, take some time to see what changes you can make with the energies that are around you and who needs to go, because if you allow people who are treating you like you're less than them, or you're not as important, or you know, whatever this type of energy is, it's only gonna bring forward negative things. This could also be a lesson for you, especially for those who are intuitive, and or like you even like notice little things, or you have seen it for yourself but you kind of need like the reassurance, or you need evidence to see with your own eyes. I would say do not let it get to that point, because you never know if like once it gets to that point, now it's like the worst case scenario, or it's a very like painful ending that happens between the two of you, where now you can go ahead and just end this a little bit more calmly, disconnect slowly, you know, and just kind of have like a little bit more control over it so it doesn't go really negative, okay? And also underneath the deck we do have power hungry, so they abuse their power to control the vulnerable, bad habits. So again, this could also be people who are taking advantage of you. Obviously, like if somebody is with somebody but they're also thinking about somebody else and they're not focusing on their current person, there's a reason why they're staying, right? There's something that they're gaining from you while thinking about somebody else. Their mind and their heart is somewhere else and not with you, right? Or even like, let's switch that around. If you are the one who is with somebody while you are loving somebody else secretly, or you're just thinking about somebody else, and you're so much in your ego, and you know, somebody came into your life and they're just giving you the love that you were needing, but it's just like you just don't love them as you love somebody else from the past, or just somebody in your now that is not with you physically. It's time to change this dynamic. You need to go ahead and follow your heart and not your ego. Your heart will always take you exactly where you need to go. But using people and just doing these things is very extremely negative, and it does create negative karma for you, because not only are you harming yourself by doing all of this, you're also harming other people that are only being nice to you and not only providing you with love and giving you their time and whatever it is that you're gaining from them. Okay, so I would say that that is something big that needs to be released. So that is a lot of changes that need to happen. Whatever your case is, it could either be you need to let go of people, you need to let go of certain energies, or you just need to let go of these habits if you're the one who's doing them. Okay, alrighty, and now we're gonna see what is your main lesson and or challenge that will be coming up for this upcoming month of May. Okay, so we have decision and fear, control. Some decision and choices that you have made are based in fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you're able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. Okay, so there's no need to have fear. Even if let's say you're dealing with a very difficult situation where if you decide to make a certain move, it just goes really negative for you, or so you think, or you think that you're gonna lose more than you're gonna gain. Sometimes it is necessary to make those choices in life. Even if you do lose it, let's just put it this way. If you know that by deciding to do something is the right thing, then go ahead and do it regardless of how you feel. If you decide not to make that decision because of fear and because of your ego, whatever things that you're thinking in your head, that is not good, because it's going to take you down a journey and down a path that it's only going to take you deeper and deeper into fear, deeper into your ego, until you kind of like basically have no other choice but to break, or but to face your fears, because you have gotten to that point where if you're not going to decide on your own, you know, the universe is going to put you in a situation or situations where you're going to have to decide. You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do these decisions now because you have no other choice but then to do it. And you don't want to get to that extreme, because it is very extremely uncomfortable when it comes to that point. So it's better that you do it willingly, that you face these lessons head on, being brave. I know it can be extremely difficult, how I stated, but if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. And underneath the deck, we do have protection needed, shield. It is vital at this time to protect your energy field, as others may be projecting negative energy onto you. You may also be in an environment for which you are observing negative vibes that are draining you. Call in Archangel Michael for protection and to clear your energy field. Having a practice of grounding and putting a protective bubble around you every day will be helpful. So again, you know, these people that are around you, these energies, these places, the situations are causing you more harm than they are causing you good. Again, we're going to go back to the lessons a lot, just because we all are going through lessons currently, and we will continue to do so, because we came here during this, to have this experience, to evolve our soul, and to do whatever soul mission that we have. But we never stop growing, and we never stop learning. So it is important that you're protecting yourself from all of these energies, that you're not putting yourself in predicaments that will just create more negativity around you. You don't have to call on Archangel Michael. You can call on whoever you want to, that you feel comfortable with, that is a protective energy. Whatever you wish, but I would say to try to do some protection work, try to do some visualization of putting a type of shield around you, a protection circle, protection bubble. There's amulets, there's crystals, there's oils. So try to look more into that and how you can protect yourself. But you can certainly protect yourself by deciding what you let around you, what type of people, what type of situations. Okay, and if you're not sure, try to use your intuition. Don't overthink it. Actually, don't use your mind to decide on how to decide who stays and who doesn't, and who you need to keep away, and stuff like that. Use your heart. Always use your inner guidance to guide you to make the right decision when it comes to things like that. Okay. And then we're going to see how you can be your own medicine this month, to bring forward the necessary healing that you currently need. Okay, so we have roots, reconnection, and then we have spring equinox, eagle, light. Okay. So to bring forward the healing that you need, currently, basically, you just need to go back to the basics. Reconnecting with your actual roots, like where you come from. Just even learning where you come from, you can kind of see what type of struggles your ancestors went through. The more you dig, the more similarities you kind of find in your life. For example, like the foods, you might like the same foods, or you might relate to a certain group more than another, depending on where you come from, or even if you do some type of ancestry DNA type of test to see exactly your percentages and exactly every part that you come from, or where your ancestors were. I will also say that it's very important to call on your ancestors. They will help you and assist you during this journey that you're currently going through. I feel like a lot of the things that you're going through, they actually had to go through. So you could also be in that journey where you're helping transmute and transform a lot of these ancestral traumas, ancestral lessons, ancestral overall, what they have went through. You can kind of see it, if you don't have any close family, like your parents, your great-grandparents, your grandparents, or you don't have somebody to talk to you about how they were if they had passed away, I would say to try to get some type of ancestry test. That way you can see and at least try to get an overall or a broad idea of how that was going for them, because that, again, it's something that seems that it could be a repetitive cycle that has been passed down through generation to generation, and you're meant to be the one that kind of stops this. That way, if you have children, or if you have children in the future, or even if you don't have children, it can still pass down in your family. If you have siblings, if you have cousins, if you have nephews, nieces, whatever it is, this can be passed down regardless, because you're all part of the same family and the same blood. But I feel but I feel like you will be able to overcome this. I don't know, but I kind of like just look at the suns here. Do you see how the sun is kind of being hidden by that tree, and then here it's like just out, it's over the trees. It's not being hidden behind the trees. So I feel like a lot of your happiness, a lot of the struggles, a lot of like the good things might not be as strong in your life or manifesting in your life currently, just because you have to get some things out of the way. And then once you do, you are able to go ahead and take that flight into your life of, you know, pursuing your dreams, obtaining the happiness, obtaining the joy, obtaining the nice and glittery things that are available or that this material world does offer you. But you need to go ahead and deal with the spiritual part and the energetic part that you're having to deal with before you actually can obtain any of the riches that the material world has to offer you. But I feel like also reconnecting with Mother Earth can be very helpful, because, you know, that's kind of like one of our origins, especially since we have human bodies, right? So connecting with the elements, but most importantly with Mother Earth. There's a lot of exercises that you can do so that you connect with Mother Earth. A very simple one that many do or that many tend to overlook is being barefooted on the grass, on sand, on dirt, just whatever, just being, you know, kind of like skin to skin type of thing with Mother Earth. It helps a lot. It helps a lot with your energies. It helps you to release energies within you that you need to release. You can also, after releasing with intention, you can ask Mother Earth to bring forward like unconditional love, guidance, clarity, messages, you know, whatever it is that you want to bring forward after releasing the energies that you need to release. You can go ahead and do that. There's also a lot of practices that you can do to kind of like anchor into Mother Earth, where you can like visualize actual like roots coming out of your feet and going deep, 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 all the way to the center of Mother Earth, and just, you know, connecting deeply with Mother Earth, and just stuff like that. I would say to kind of look into that. But I do see here that this will help you healing whatever that you're going through, especially if you have a lot of fear. It is important that you're calling forward and embracing unconditional love, because the opposite of fear is love, right? And when we're going through our lessons, going through these struggles that we tend to face, love is not the focus, or love is not something that we're kind of seeking towards, because it's just, our mind is so involved in like trying to overcome things, or to focus on the negativity, or to focus on the current struggles that you're going through. And I feel like you just need to go back to the basics, you know, going back to peace, going back to love. Also maybe doing things that you love, to try to get your mind and your energy somewhere else and not so focused on what is going on. That way you're putting forward, that way in the now you're putting forward that positive energy, and whatever you put out, it is what you receive, right? So I feel like that is something that's very important. And also underneath the deck, we do have seed planner, intention. So again, right, how I was saying, everything that you put out does come back to you. Also, you can go ahead and plant some seeds. You can do that into like a type of ritual, or whatever, you know, however way. But I feel like these seeds that you plant, you should do with intention. I'm not gonna like go in depth into like the meaning of this card, but I feel like this card, for whoever is viewing this right now, should be a type of ritual where you're planting, you know, like roses, flowers, even vegetables. So for example, like if you're doing some type of plant or flower, do with the intention that as that seed grows, as that plant grows, so will the unconditional love within you. So you grow, or so you mature, or you know, X, Y, and Z grows in your life, or X, Y, and Z blooms in your life, right? And as long as you keep that plant alive, whatever your intention was will continue to grow. And then you can use that plant, for example, like if during the full moon you decide to you know, just make a list of the things that you want to manifest, and you burn it, you can put those ashes in the soil of this plant, right? And that will this plant will actually help that manifest. And as long as that plant grows, so will whatever you were wanting to call forward, or whatever intention that you did the ashes or the paper with. You know, there's just so much that you can do with nature and things like that, but you just have to use your creativity. You have to get out of your mind. You have to get out of these current situations that are just taking over your mind, taking over your energy, which, you know, you have a lot more control than you believe, than you think. So I would suggest to kind of have just try to step back and reflect on all the things that you can actually do for yourself and assist yourself in these times, okay? All right, and now we're going to move on to your self-care activities to see what self-care activities you could be doing now for the month of May or during May. Okay, so we have alone time. Okay, so basically, you know, just getting back to yourself, stepping away from everything, taking some time to reflect. You can also be using some time, you know, every single day, whenever you can. Try to create a habit so eventually you do it every day, where you do meditate, where you are talking to your ancestors, to spirit, to the universe, to source, whatever you want to call on. Just try to have some alone time with yourself. That will also give you some peace of mind. It will help you think on things a little bit clearly, because once in a while, or at least once a day, you need to just empty out your mind and take a break from everything, okay? I feel like that's very important. You need a break. There's so much going on around you that you just have to step away. If you can, try to go on vacation, even if it's just for a weekend, even if it's just, you know, for a day. You know, turn off your phone, enjoy your time, do some activities that you like to do. Spend some time with people that you really enjoy and that really uplift your energy. But alone time is highly needed for you, okay? All right, and I want to take some time to call forward your higher self and your I am presence. If you don't know what your I am presence is, I would say to look that up. But basically, it's a little bit higher than your higher self. Your I am presence is almost directly, if not connected, to source. So your I am presence and your higher self will always know exactly what it is that you need, since they are you, okay? So I do want to call forward your I am presence and your higher self to see if they have any messages for you, for the viewer, please. I am going to try to channel, and let's see what comes through, okay? Okay, so we got a lot. Okay, so I would say the first one is Miracle 33. So that says, the frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as the part of source and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Okay, then we have 23, dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. 6. Third eye chakra. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. Okay, so what they're trying to tell you is that basically you need to believe. You need to come back to yourself. It seems like a lot of these situations, a lot of the experiences that you have lived are completely, if not have almost taken over you. You're not the same person as you have been before. It seems like you struggle in believing that there is going to be a better day, that things are going to work out in your favor, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Even if your experiences are very dark in nature, do know that this is something that you have to go through. These are some of the experiences that help us grow and evolve as individual, and this growth is needed, right? Every single body goes through this growth, and you're not an exception from it. But you need to believe that your dreams and your goals, they will be achieved. It's all in your mind. You're the only one who is telling yourself that you can achieve it. You are the only obstacle right here. Many of these problems, a lot of the situations that you're currently going through, that have been self-afflicted, self-sabotage, self-brought on, because there's a lot of things that you decided to not listen, overcome, forgive. A lot of times we tend to make false scenarios in our head, thinking that the other person is going to change. This is just an example, but thinking like the other person's going to change as long as we love them, as long as we give them our all, even though they're not fully giving back. How is that fair? How is that reciprocal? How is that the truth of the situation? It is not. It's an illusion. Nobody can change somebody. Change comes from within. And it is something that the individual has to do on their own. It's like bad habits. They don't just go away on their own. The person has to decide to stop the bad habits and stop repeating it. There might be some bad habits that you have to break, some cycles that you have to break. Some of you is the allowing of people that are only bringing you harm just because you feel like you can fix them. You deserve so much more, and you're not seeing it. You don't just deserve chump change. You deserve what you give out to others. and so much more. You have such a big heart, but the illusions and the ego is highly blocking you to see things for what they truly are. You're not seeing people for who they really are. You're not seeing situations for what it truly is. Once you start to believe, once you start to work and release these energies from your life, and from your environment, you will start to see things a lot differently. Just because you won't have these energies around you affecting you like they were. Even if you did put some bandages over your own eyes, they will start to come off. Because you will start to willingly do it. It will be like a ripple effect. Once you see one thing, that will open your mind more. And that will allow more to manifest and more to come. Because it will intrigue you and you will want to see more. You will want to know more. Once you start to release these energies, then after, you will understand why things were the way that they were. Why you had to deal with certain people. Why you had to deal with certain situations. You would just know. And then after that comes in the understanding on why you were allowing it. Where that problem comes from. You will see the signs that you didn't when you were going through these experiences. And this will be the tools that you will be using in the future and in your now. When these energies try to come back into your life. When similar energies try to enter your life. Even if it's like thoughts or emotions, you will learn to distinguish these energies because they will be familiar to you, but you will know better. You are somebody who is very intuitive, but it's being suppressed. But again, once you start to release, you will start to discover them even more. Alrighty, so now I want to go ahead and call on your spirit team, your ancestors, your guardians, your spirit guides, if you have galactic families, anybody and everybody in your spirit team who has any urgent messages for you for May. Okay, so I was just shuffling this while I was talking, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that because it did flip. Okay, but I'm gonna do it one more time. So any urgent messages from spirit for our viewers, please? Okay, so we have strength, choices, and vulnerability. I can't say that word. Okay, so we have strength. Comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You're never really alone, as we're always with you. Choices. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. That word. This is a confirmation that you're seeking to thread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. Okay. So So basically your spirit team is trying to tell you that you're never alone. Even though in like very difficult moments it might seem like you are alone, but you're truly not alone. They're always there with you. Each step that you take, they also take it right along with you. It is important that you don't give up, that you continue to continue in your journey. There is going to be very difficult times, just like as there will be very good times in your life, okay? And once you reach those moments of deep struggle, do know that you can call on them for guidance, for strength, for company, to talk to them. You can just call on them and then, just tell them your problems, tell them your thoughts. If you don't have somebody who you can actually do that with physically, like a friend, a loved one, a partner, you always have them with you. They're always there, even though you can't see them, even though you can't sense them, even though you can't hear them. But I feel like some of you, as you go along your journey, if you start to connect with them a little bit more, you will start to sense them. You might start to get confirmation. You're just going to be able to connect with them a little bit more than you have, or that you have now. Okay. Also, it is important that you are taking the necessary decisions. There might be like a lot of options for you where you don't know exactly what to do, who to go with, what type, like this could be like a job. Like you have a lot of opportunities and you don't know which job to take, what person, what decision, what place, whatever it might be, where you are faced with multiple options. It is important that you are taking some time to yourself to really reflect on the pros and the cons, and just focus on what makes you happy. Do not decide on something to benefit somebody else, or because it is like the safest or the most comfortable decision, even though another decision will make you happier, but it's a risk, right? If you have to take risks, go ahead and do that. But most importantly, when you're faced with this, the lesson there is to listen to your intuition, because truly you hold all the answers that you need. Even though if it might seem like you're scrambled inside, you have all the answers that you need. You know exactly what to do, what to say, what to pick, your journey, what you should be doing, your path, and stuff like that. But you just have to listen, really listen to your heart. You can also try to do some meditations that have to do with the heart chakra. You can do some breath work and try to breathe into your chest. There's a lot of ways that you can connect and help your heart chakra. That way you are intuitively a little bit more connected. At first it might be something very difficult, and then you're gonna get the hang of it, or there's some people who just get the hang of it like right away, but you will feel the difference, or you will just feel it once you start to do it. Okay. Also, again, with this card, emphasis on the intuition. Here I just see like there's a lot of heart. You're probably too much in your mind. I feel like I already said that before somewhere here, where you're too much in your heart, in your mind, and you need to get more into your heart. And again, like the fear is coming up again, so not allowing fear to get the best of you, not allowing fear to cloud your decision making, or even the love that you have within. Always pushing love, always having unconditional love, not just with yourself but also with others. Also being more compassionate, and know that if somebody is treating you bad or they're saying negative things, it's okay to treat them with love. It's okay to not match their energy. It's okay to be the nice person, to be the bigger person. Because some people they're like, okay, well, if you're gonna say this bad about me to make me feel bad, well, I'm gonna go ahead and say this to you so that you also feel bad. That's not that doesn't help anybody. You know, that doesn't help the whatever the situation that's happening. You want to be okay with yourself, even if other people are not okay with you. That's, you know, that's a person, that's their own personal problem, that's their own trauma and things that they have to deal with internally with themselves. Just try to make sure that you are responding to anything and everything with love. If you're not sure on how to respond or how to react, also reacting and not responding is also kind of like making the decision, kind of like when you have multiple options and you just decide not to pick something. That's also a decision in itself. So it is important that you are, you know, just taking a deep breath, clear your mind, let your heart speak, and then that's what it was. Okay. But yes, don't let any negativity get to you anymore. Negativity can go out the window. Negativity can go down the street, around the block, to the neighbor's house, but just not around you. And if it decides to come close to you, you know, accept it. Okay, this is negative. I understand why this is crossing my path, but I do not allow it to consume my mind. I do not allow it to consume my heart. I do not allow it to consume my life, my spirit, my aura. Goodbye, you know? So that is very important that you do. Also, again, reach out to your spirit team. Don't be afraid. They're there regardless if you believe it or not, regardless if you reach out or not. There's a lot of things that we are not able to see that they're there. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and open a fortune cookie for you to see what message it has for you. I have a bunch here in a bag, and I'm just going to dip my hand in there and just reach for one. Okay, so this is a little bit crumbled, but this is the one that I grabbed for you. So let's see what message it has. Okay, so it says, if you don't have time to live your life now, when do you? Oh, okay, that's deep. I'm gonna get closer so you can see the message, okay? 1 second. Oh, can you see it? Okay, so if you don't have time to live your life now, when do you? Okay, and in the back there is, if you want to learn Chinese or some lucky numbers, they're there. I would say to just keep an eye out for those lucky numbers because you might see those. The winter might be significant to you. You might like the winter time. I feel like all of this has messages within itself, so I would say to just keep an eye out for that, okay? So this has been your message for May 2023. I hope well, first I want to thank your spirit team for coming forward and delivering these messages for you through me. And thank you so much for watching. If anything resonated, please leave a comment down below or come next month and let me know how things went for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also in the description down below there will be links to my other social medias where you can go ahead and follow me on there. I do post on the daily. I do daily guidance messages, and also if you want your own personal reading, we can go ahead and get you booked. I do have different type of readings on there, but you can just DM me and then we can go ahead and talk about that, okay? But thank you so much for watching. Bless you.